Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of At the Table with Evan. I'm Evan, and today I'm going to be talking about the Nets' secret weapon. So as most of you know, the Nets just recently traded Kyrie Irving to the Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2029 first and 2 seconds. And so since then they had played one game without Kyrie, and that game I watched the majority of it. And that game, I saw one player kind of pique my interest, and that player was Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas ended up having 47 points on 15 for 29 shooting. So he was 7 for 11 from 3, had 4 rebounds and 3 assists, and he was being guarded by Paul George, who is an all defensive defender. And this is his second 40-point game. He's had back-to-back 40-point games. On Saturday against the Wizards, he had 44 points on 16 for 23 shooting, 4 for 5 from 3, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And so he's the second youngest player to have back-to-back 40-point games, the first being LeBron James. So it's pretty good company to be into. And Cam Thomas is not new to scoring. He went to LSU. He was a 5-star recruit coming out of Oak Hill Academy. He averaged 23 points at LSU his lone year there. That led the SEC, which is pretty impressive because the SEC is a very tough conference with lots of great players that come out of it. And he was drafted with the 27th pick. And really what I saw from him was another shot creator. Obviously, Kyrie is one of the better shot creators in the league. He can get you a bucket when you need to, and I feel like Cam Thomas can do the same. He showed these past 2 games that when he gets starting caliber minutes, he'll make the most of those. Obviously, scoring 40+ back-to-back games. But he really hasn't had much of a chance this year. He's only played in about 36 games and was only averaging 9 points in little minutes. But I'm just from the flashes that I've seen from these 2 games and even games prior, he's had a couple of games where he's gone nuclear from the offensive perspective. And I feel like he's going to be the key to their success this season. Once Kevin Durant comes back, you really don't have any other really scorers or shot creators on that team other than Seth Curry to a degree, but he's really just kind of a catch and shoot type player. Spencer Dinwiddie is an okay shot creator, but I feel like Cam Thomas can be that second scorer off the bench maybe, or with Kevin Durant in the starting lineup. But I think that he could fill in Kyrie's shoes as the best that anybody on that roster can. Obviously, he's young, and he does take some bad shots, obviously, because he's still learning how to play the game. But he can put the ball in the basket, and he can do it at a high level, and that's something that the Nets are going to need down this stretch, especially this stretch where Kevin Durant's not going to be held playing due to his injury. They're going to need some sort of scoring because Ben Simmons can't do it. Spencer Dinwiddie can do it on occasion. They're going to need guys to step up, and I think Cam Thomas is going to be a guy who can consistently step up for them. I don't think he's going to be averaging like 40 a game, but I can see, honestly, if he gets the minutes, I can see him in the future being a 18 to 20-point game scorer. I genuinely think he's that good on the offensive side of the ball. He's a great shooter. He can create a shot very well off the dribble, fadeaways. He's crafty under the basket. He can even pass the ball a little bit. He had a couple of plays where in that last game where he would draw a double team and he would immediately notice it, kick it right to the guy open, and then the guy would get a wide open shot. So the awareness that he has at a young age, being mostly just a pure scorer, is very encouraging to see. So I feel like he could be he could be their point guard for the remainder of this season. If I were the Nets, I would be starting him just to bring in some sort of offense, or bringing him more minutes off the bench just for a spark. But I feel like Cam Thomas has a really bright future, and just from the couple of games that I've watched him play, I feel like he can really be something in this league. I think he can score the ball at will. He's a gifted scorer, and I think along with Kevin Durant, he's gonna flourish, because once KD gets in there, KD will obviously be garnering more of the attention, so Thomas can work off ball a little bit more and kind of create a little bit more than just kind of being on ball. But obviously he's still young. He's only 21 years old, so it does carry some rookie and young mistakes. There towards the end of that Clippers game, it was like a 4-6 point game, and he had 2 back-to-back turnovers there within the last like 2 minutes, which really killed their comeback. And so just obviously he's gonna have to work on like that stuff, but I feel like scoring wise, he's got that covered. He's got to work a little bit on maybe being a little bit more of a playmaker, his shot selection obviously. But I feel like for the Nets, losing Kyrie is a huge blow to their team and their scoring, and you have to have somebody else around Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant he can 100% lead a team, but it makes his job so much easier when you have somebody else who can help him with that. And I feel like that's going to be Cam Thomas for them, and I feel like he's gonna have a big playoff run. I can see him honestly kind of breaking out this second half, kind of like Jordan Poole did last year, where he just kind of gets fire and continues that throughout the playoffs. And hey, the Brooklyn Nets could make a playoff push with him playing at the level that he is. So I feel like that Cam Thomas has a bright future in this league if he gets the opportunities that he has been getting these last couple of games. And I feel like he's the key for the Nets' success moving forward if they don't make any big moves here on Thursday's deadline. I think he's the key to their success to make it to the playoffs and potentially go to another championship. So I feel like he's kind of their secret weapon that not a lot of people really know of, but he's starting to get talked about a little bit because of these back-to-back 40-point games. And I feel like I feel like he's going to have a Jordan Poole type second half of the year and really break out and really become a starter for the Nets and a player that teams and defenses need to be checking up on. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a like. Of the podcast coming out on Friday, I'm pretty sure. So stay tuned to that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.